What's up all you guys and girls? If you want to find an alternative way to get XP other than just doing the main quest chain that works out really well, then stay tuned. Let's go on up next.
Pew, 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 pew. Whee.
Welcome back all you guys and girls. So yeah, like I was saying, I've kind of been playing around with builds, doing guides, mucking around with teams, doing lots of different players as such, and I think I've come across something that's quite fun to do, and it's different to the main quest chain, because obviously if you just smashed out the main quest chain really fast, that would possibly be the best way to get XP because of how much you get from the mission completions. But with this, I'm finding it quite fun. You get some loot, you get some gear, and you get a lot of experience from it as well, and it's nowhere near as tough as I thought. So what does it involve? Well, basically you have to get a little ways into the campaign, I'd say. Basically up until the bit where you upgrade your I'm going to call it a tank because that's what we're pretty much making it into. So your vehicle, your tank, up until you get the chassis on that, which isn't far into the campaign at all, a few hours in kind of thing. And basically it's going to be where you upgrade it so that it can go into the radiation fields. And what you're going to do from there will be to have a little drive around, and I would say try and put a skill up that lets you evade and things like that, or get the preemptive strike on your encounters, like your random encounters. So for example, if you have a little look, say we're gonna look on our map, if we head straight up from here, obviously we wouldn't have been able to get into this before, but now we can. And a lot of times the enemies are slightly above your level, or quite a bit above your level, so you're getting more experience for killing them. So what you do is you just drive around, you have a little nosy, and there you go, we've been ambushed. So if you have a look, the higher your survival is, the better chance you've got of escaping or getting the preemptives. Now with this, unfortunately with this we've only got an escape. Usually you've got a preemptive as well, but with this we've just got escapes. So what we're going to do, we are going to just defend ourselves. So this isn't the ideal one to show you, but I'll show you how it still works. But what we do, so if you have a look, we're going to get absolutely massacred at the start here. Hold on, let me just show you. Right, so his XP is 4,261. And as you can already see, my characters are under geared and under prepared. However, now I'm going to use the amazing tactic of evading and running away. Right, so here we go. This fella's going over here. Woman, sorry, Lucia. And this one's going to go over here. And again, this one's going to go over here. And you're starting to get the picture. They're pretty much just keeping themselves out of the way. So now, like I said, you want to do this a little bit later on when your tank's got a bit of health about it. So if you have a look, my main character, who I've boosted up more than anything, the rest I haven't really worried about too much, to be perfectly honest, just for doing this video. But he's got 360 and he's got a huge health pool. He's really tanky. Your tank has got 1,350. That's massive, absolutely massive. and you've now got a cannon on your back that you get from your crew. So I believe after you do the kind of a few quest chains in, once you get the chassis on this to go through the radiation, you talk to your garage member and you can buy this from him. It's a really nice weapon. So you use that, right? And you take off a bit of their health. You do that about 4 or 5 times, they'll all be dead. No. You're in a... Look at that. It's a snowplow made into a tank. How much do you think that weighs? I reckon it weighs about enough to do this. And about enough to do this. And then still have enough. Oh, no, can't quite get that. Right, so we're going to have to move. We're just going to move here instead then. Right, so that's 1 person left. Oh, 2 persons. 3. Where are they coming from? 3 people left. So now what you can do is you can take some shots at these. So use the rest of your players to take some shots at them. Or you can just stand back again, because to be perfectly honest, your tank is going to run them over next time. So it's completely your call. Look at the damage of that. Like I said, just for the intent of this purpose, just for the intent of this video, I haven't boosted my characters up too much except for my main one. Otherwise, in a situation like this, if you're doing it properly, I would recommend a rocket launcher and probably some grenades. If they're all massed up and your tank's dead or something like that, they're grouped up, definitely a grenade. Works really well. Nah, we'll be alright. Right, so like I said, well done. It was a tough mission, but we got through it. So then you pick up whatever loot you want to get, hoping that the tank hasn't actually hasn't ran over it all, but most times it hasn't, to be perfectly honest. And then you have a little look. So what was the character at the start? 4,261. So from doing that, we've just earned just under 300 experience. But obviously that wasn't a tough encounter. You can get much higher, harder encounters than that, and you can kind of do them as much as you want. And then say for example, so if you have a look, we've got two and a half dead, and the tank's a bit beat up. So what do you do now? Well, if you're worried that you're not going to survive the next one, get back into your vehicle. So here you are in the same place. You're in your vehicle, and obviously your 2 characters are pretty much down and out, aren't they? If you're worried about dying in the next encounter, so say for example you've got quite a few that's a little bit smashed up, or your tank smashed up, like with this I would probably still go on. I think you'd be fine. But if you are worried, press your Y button, and that pretty much just calls in a tow. Call into HQ for a tow. Now if you've done a preemptive strike, 7 or 8 out of 10 times you're going to get away with hardly any damage to yourself. Maybe a little bit of damage to your tank depending on how it's actually gone, but most times you'll be fine to do 2 or 3 in a row, and that way you earn quite a bit of XP, especially if you're going around and uncovering a lot of the map and finding places that are, should I say, higher XP because of the enemies. Now obviously unless you're doing this late game, you won't be able to do all of the map. So if you go into a radiated zone, you're going to start losing health. So try not to do that. But once you've uncovered a bit of the map and worked out exactly your route of going place and that, pick the encounters you want to do, and then once you do them, absolutely devastate them with your tank. This is kind of an alternative method to actually just doing the campaign, which very possibly is the fastest way of getting XP in this game that I've found at the moment. I haven't found any like infinite spawn places or anything such as that, but this is kind of a fun way, and you gear up and get lots of extra stuff as you go. So if you're after something that's not quite as grindy as the campaign and you want a little bit of a break, I'd say definitely give this a go. Right guys and girls, I hope that's helped you a little bit. If you've got any comments or you think you've got a better way to find XP, then drop a comment, let me know. And as always, if you've liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell icon. And I'll be bringing you all the latest and greatest Xbox content and Xbox Series X once it's out. As always, see you on the next day.